Happy post 4th of July. Just wanted to do the annual video, the little walk around for anyone who watches, mostly for myself. But yeah, I wanted to go around the main garden here and highlight a few things that are new. Here are the larger, more productive fig trees that I've got. Looking to put on a nice crop this year. A lot of them were unfortunately late to start. They woke up in June, and normally if you don't have fruit buds by the end of June, those fruits will not come to fruition. Some self-seeded bachelor's buttons. This is a cultivar, Maria's Joy Pawpaw. There are some citrus trees hiding back here. It's some snapdragons that we grew from seed. In-ground fig tree, would not recommend. It's a little bit of a waste of time and energy and space. Got the Red Lake currant that needs to be picked. These are pretty cool. These are straw flowers. First time growing these. Over here, another pawpaw. This is the prolific variety. Here's the food forest area. I've got the chair sitting there because I was picking black raspberries earlier. Another pawpaw tree. Gumi. Over here I created this pathway. There's always sort of been a pathway, but this is a little bit more cleared out and purposeful to come back here and be able to pick fruits. Just provides another access point for this dense fruiting area. This is a Cresthaven peach that I just planted. It is a little bit late to flower, so it avoids some late frosts. We put some native wildflowers here. There's false aster, there's tall coreopsis. I sort of just put these cages here to keep the deer out of here while these get established. A few sunflowers that I believe they come from the chicken feed. Over there, some golden Alexander, some mountain mint. Not super exciting, this area, but in the future it will be. So we'll come back to here. This is jujube. There's 3 of them in pots here. They're sort of in the midst of flowering right now, so time will tell what the crop looks like. We've got some yarrow growing here on its own along the fence line. These black currants, this is quite the crop here. These are pretty intensely flavored. I forget the variety. We got the gooseberry row going up here. Here we got the Cinderella honeyberry. It's a early fruiting variety, pretty tasty. Got the anise hyssop growing prolifically here and even self-seeding around a little bit. There's some blackberries growing on the fence, some asparagus. Got apple trees in pots for the purpose of transplanting up north. Here are these black raspberries. Looking pretty cool. There were a lot of them to pick earlier today. Here is the Gumi, fully loaded. Look at this beauty. Really need to get out here and pick these today. See what we can end up doing with them. Here we'll go in the back. We have some bird bath action going on. Like I said, the anise hyssop is reseeding. Need to move these out of the pathway, but there's also like these Monarda or bee balm type plants here that are growing and spreading, which I'm very excited about. Up in this tree here, there are Hawaii apples. There's a few of them on the tree for the first time, so looking forward to those. This is like a sort of a good fresh eating wine grape. Unfortunately, it seems like there's some disease on it this year. However, there's lots of grapes down here, so we're not in a grape shortage around here. Here's this back area. Hardy kiwi. There's no male pollinator, but supposedly this is eventually self-fertile. This is pretty cool. This bee balm right here, I forget the type. The apricot tree is growing large. There's some mullein here. Here's our Amorpha fruticosa, the river locust. Some more bee balm. This nice looking swamp milkweed. Over here, lots of Monarda type plants. Got one medlar. I don't know if this will actually do anything. It has a crack on it, so I'm not sure if it'll ever ripen. But it is still holding on to the tree. This thing's pretty cool. It's really big. It's I believe it's Rudbeckia submentosa. There's a wild senna here. This whole area is carpeted with these white alpine white strawberries, which the deer, yes, the chickens, and all the other critters keep missing. This is kind of an area that I want to revamp, but got some common bone set back here. Got a volunteer pawpaw. This is all cilantro, which is kind of unnecessary, but we'll save some seed. Got a couple Mexican sunflowers growing there. This year is good for this Shinko Asian pear. Has a nice little crop on it. We'll see what happens with that. To the contrary, not such a good year for this Bartlett pear. There's only a few fruits on here, so a little bit disappointing, but whatever. Got the potatoes and some nursery stuff back here. And over to the main garden area, growing the center cut squash for the first time. There's a pomegranate on the left and a Australian red finger lime here on the right. Over here, this is Ayote green squash and a bunch of figs that are going to end up for sale. Something interesting that I've got this year, they haven't sprouted yet, but they're freestone pawpaw seeds in these pots. So hopefully, if you've ever had a pawpaw before, you'll know they sort of had like this like seed coat where the flesh sticks to it. And it's not a big deal, but it would be nice if it didn't exist. So those trees should produce seedlings that do not have that trait. Should be neat. Over here, the strawberry bed's pretty exhausted. There's a lot of blueberries in the back. Might as well just walk over to them. Pretty cool. Doesn't look like much, but there's actually a lot of fruit. Onions. Have the garlic that's just about ready to harvest. Tomatoes are doing pretty well this year. We went back to an old way of tying them up and trellising them. This is sort of a nursery area, a couple purposely planted sunflowers. Yes, nursery area. There's a couple apple trees, hazelnuts, Nanking cherries. This is Rudbeckia black-eyed Susan plant here that looks pretty cool. This is my method this year for growing cucumbers. I just need to tie them onto these strings and let them continue growing up this way. These are Ivar peppers, Ivarski, used for making Ivar. It's like a red sweet pepper. This is self-seeded cosmos. You probably noticed there's a few of them around. These peas, they're sort of not great tasting anymore, so I'm just gonna save these for seed. Here's some beautiful looking grapes. Over here, this is more of a wildflower native area. There's some asters growing here, like various types. There's seedling pawpaw trees all around. An elderberry, ground cherries, cultivar pawpaw, some phlox. This is, just ID'd this actually this morning. I think this is a flat goldenrod. A couple tomatillos over here, chickpeas, one cucumber plant, but it was like $8 seeds for like 15 seeds. So hopefully that turns out to be a cool cucumber. I forget the name. A couple cabbages back here, and then we're back to this apple tree here, this Hawaii apple with some Monarda growing underneath. This one is about to put on a show. This is huge. I forget what variety this is. It came out of a seed packet and it was not the correct one. We have some delicious, what is this called? I forget. It's like some kind of hybrid blackberry, but they're incredible tasting. There's actually a few Josta berries hiding back there too. Underneath here is a Josta berry plant you can kind of see. But anyways, just a quick walk around, 10 minutes long. Maybe I'll do a video of the orchard for YouTube.